It wasn't quite the 25-second gripper of their encounter during Donald Trump's Bastille Day visit to Paris. But Emmanuel Macron, the French president, still managed to leave finger marks on his counterpart during what was no doubt an awkward meeting with the American leader at the G7 summit in Canada on Friday evening. They both said the right things afterwards, claiming that progress was possible on the contentious issue of U.S. trade tariffs. But the handshake suggested they were far from being on the same wavelength. Mr. Macron went in first for the arm, gripping Mr. Trump above the elbow. First the elbow grip credit, AFP. He then proffered his hand palm up for a handshake. "Hey, look at me credit, Reuters." "He's my friend," said Mr. Trump, finally taking the hint. "We've had a great relationship right from the beginning." "Okay, let's do this credit, AFP." Seconds passed as they pumped hands. "Right from the beginning," added Mr. Trump, this time slightly less certain of himself, or possibly counting to 8 Mississippi in his head. Grimace for the camera's credit, AFP. But Mr. Macron was not letting go. He pulled Mr. Trump's hand towards him, forcing the US president to make the first move to break it off. "Can I have my hand back?" Credit, Reuters. A photograph snapped seconds later revealed the result. The French leader had gripped so hard his fingers left white marks on Mr. Trump's skin. "You can let go now." "Oh, you have." Credit, Reuters. The two leaders bonded last year after Mr. Macron invited Mr. Trump to Paris for that Bastille Day military parade, capped by the historically emphatic handshake. Mr. Trump returned the honor, inviting his counterpart for a state visit in April. But their bond failed to prevent Mr. Trump from abandoning the Iran nuclear deal nor from imposing hefty tariffs on imports of European steel and aluminium. Mr. Trump ensured he arrived as an isolated figure for the G7 summit in Quebec by calling for Russia to be readmitted to the group as he left the US. During the meeting, Mr. Macron flashed an occasional smile and winked once, describing their talks as very direct and open. "I want to say sometimes we disagree, but we share, I'd say, common concerns and common values, and we share the willingness to deliver results together," he